Welcome learners. I am Dr. T. Gangaram, lecturer in statistics, PVKN Government College, Chittoor. This is life skill course, elementary statistics. Topic name is measures of dispersion, range and quartile deviation. The learning objective of this lecture is to introduce the concept of dispersion, distance measures and absolute measures, relative measures of dispersion, range. The second measure of dispersion, quartile deviation, examples of range and quartile deviation. Let us introduce the concept dispersion. The different measures like mean, median, mode, geometric mean, harmonic mean or measures of central tendency give us an idea of the central values. They give us an idea of the concentration or location only. They describes only one characteristics of frequency distribution. There are four characteristics a frequency distribution possesses. The first characteristic is the concentration. To measure the concentration, we use measures of central tendency or measures of location. The second measure is nothing but dispersion. The third measure is skewness and fourth measure is kurtosis. By observing these four characteristics, we can describe a frequency distribution. The measures of dispersion are measures of spread about an average. The central value may be same for two or more distributions, but may differ with respect to the scatteredness among themselves. Dispersion measures the extent to which there are any difference between individual observations and the central value. The literal meaning of dispersion is scatteredness. We study dispersion to have an idea about the homogeneity or heterogeneity of the data distributed. If a homogeneous data, for a homogeneous data, the scatteredness is low, and for a heterogeneous data, there is lot of dispersion, lot of scatteredness among the variables. For ascertaining the deviation from central value, there are certain specific measures of dispersion. They are range, quartile deviation, mean deviation and standard deviation. Various measures of dispersion can be classified into two categories. First one is distance measures. The measures which express the spread of observations in terms of distance between the values of the selected observations. In case of range, the minimum value and maximum value, largest value and smallest value are used to measure the dispersion. And in case of quartile deviation, first and third quartiles are used to measure the dispersion. The measures which express the spread of observations in terms of the average of the deviations of observations from some central value, for example, mean deviation and standard deviation are the mathematical measures of dispersion. Next one is absolute and relative measures of dispersion. Measures of dispersion may be either absolute or relative. The absolute measure of dispersion can be compared with another only if the two belongs to the same population, same units of measurement. Absolute measures of dispersion are always expressed in same unit of the variables in which the original data are given. They are expressed in centimeters, kgs, tons, etc. depending upon the units of measurement of the original data. If the units of measurement differs from population to population, we cannot able to compare the two populations by using the same units of measurement. The absolute measures of dispersion do not help us in case where variables are expressed in different units. Relative measures of dispersion are called coefficient of measure dispersion. These relative measures of dispersion are unitless measures which can be used very much to compare to different populations. The relative measures of dispersion is the ratio of the absolute measure of dispersion to the mean and is expressed as a percentage. The relative measure of dispersion, it is nothing but the coefficient of variation is an example of relative measure of dispersion. Absolute measure of dispersion by mean into 100. In case of coefficient of variation, standard deviation by mean into 100 gives us coefficient of variation, which is a best measure, best relative measure to compare to different units, to different populations with different units of measurement. Let us look at the first measure of dispersion, range. Range is a simplest but crude measure of studying dispersion. It is defined as the difference between the value of the largest observation and the smallest observation included in the distribution. Here range is equal to x maximum minus x minimum, or largest minus smallest. The relative measure of range is called coefficient of range, is given by coefficient of range is equal to largest minus smallest by largest plus smallest. Find the range of coefficient of range and coefficient of range for the given data. We are given the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 values. Largest value is 14 here, smallest value is 5 here. Range is equal to 14 minus 5 is equal to 9. Coefficient of range is equal to largest minus smallest by largest plus smallest. This is equal to 0.4738. Next, calculate range in case of discrete frequency distribution. The data is in discrete form. In this case, range is equal to difference between the maximum and minimum values of the given variables. Here, this is the variable value 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. This is the frequency. Frequency means the number of times the variable occurred. 5 occurred 1 time, 10 occurred 5 times, 15 occurred 7 times, 20 occurred 4 times, 25 occurred 2 times. Here the maximum is 15 here. 7 times 15 occurred. So maximum value is here the variable, in the variable maximum is 25, minimum is 5. So 25 minus 5, 20 is our range, and find range for continuous frequency distribution. This is continuous frequency distribution. Class and frequency are given. In continuous frequency distribution, range is defined as the difference between the upper boundary of the highest class and the lower boundary of the lowest class. But here the classes are in exclusive method. We are given the data in the exclusive forms. So we need to convert these class values into real class values by subtracting 5 from lower limit and 5 from upper limit. Adding 5 to the upper limit and subtracting 5 from the lower limit. Now upper limit is 59.5 plus 0.5. 59 plus 0.5 is equal to 59.5. Lower boundary is 35. 35 minus 0.5, 34.5. Range is equal to 59.5 minus 34.5, that is 25 is range for the given data. Merits and demerits of range. It is simple to understand, easy to calculate. In certain types of population, problems like statistical quality control, weather forecasts, share price analysis, etc., range is widely used. In these cases, range is the only measure to explain the dispersion of the data. We need to find the lower limit and upper limit for share price analysis. Demerits. It is very much affected by extreme values. It is based on only 2 extreme observations. It is not at all suitable for further mathematical treatment. It is not a reliable measure of dispersion. Next measure of dispersion is quartile deviation. The range as a measure of dispersion has certain limitations. It is based on two extreme observations only. We need to develop a measure to overcome these limitations. Nothing but interquartile range or quartile deviation. Quartiles divides the whole data of observations into 4 equal parts. Quartile deviation is definitely better measure than the range as it makes use of 50% of observations, but it ignores the another remaining 50% of data. The formula for calculating quartile deviation is given by Q3 minus Q1 by 2. Coefficient of quartile deviation is equal to QD is equal to Q3 minus Q1 by Q3 plus Q1. Let us look at some examples of quartile deviation. Calculate quartile deviation and its coefficient for the following data. This is the data 20, 28, 40, 12, 30, 15, 50. Arranging the given observation in ascending order, if we need to find median or first third quartiles, we need to arrange the data in ascending or descending order. Here the data is arranged in ascending order. We have 7 observations. We arranged this data into from lowest value to highest value. Here 12 is the lowest value, 50 is the highest value. Q1 is the n plus 1 by 4th item. Nothing but n is 7, 7 plus 1 by 4 second item. The value of the variable corresponding to second item is 15. Similarly, the value of the variable corresponding to 3 into n plus 1 by 4th item is 3 into 8 by 4, nothing but 24 by 4, 6th. 6th item is the value of the variable corresponding to 6th item is Q3, 40. Now substitute in the formula Q3 minus Q1 by 2 is equal to 40 minus 15 by 2, 25 by 2, 12.5 is our quartile deviation for this raw data. Coefficient of quartile deviation is 0.455. Calculate quartile deviation and its coefficient for the discrete frequency distribution. Here marks is the variable. The number of times the marks, number of students is 10 marks got 4 students, 20 marks got 7 students, like that. This is discrete frequency distribution. We need to find cumulative frequency. Here Q1 is the size of n plus 1 by 4th item. N plus 1 by 4th item is 11th item. Corresponding variable is 20. 20 is our Q1. Here this is 33rd item. Here 33rd item is in the class. So 40 is Q3 and QD is 10 and the coefficient of quartile deviation is 0.333. Next, find coefficient of quartile deviation for continuous distribution. The following is the age distribution of 799 workers. Find QD and its coefficient. We need to find cumulative frequency for the given data. N is 799. These are the cumulative frequencies. 50 plus 70, 120, 120 plus 100, 220, like that. Here we need to decide first and third quartile classes. First quartile class is 799 by 4, 199.75. Here 30 to 35 class is the first quartile class. Similarly, 45 to 50 class is the third quartile class. Here Q3 class is 599.25 up to 550. Here 599.25 is 45 to 50 class. For this class, lower limit is 45, F is 120, F3. This is L3, this is F3, this is M3. M3 is 550. Just substitute the values. Q1 is equal to L1 plus n by 4 minus M1 by F into F1 into C. Here 30 is the lower limit, 199.5 is the 7.5 is the n by 4. This is M1 is 120, M1 120. Since this is 30 to 35 is the first quartile class. This M1 is the cumulative frequency up to the first quartile class. Here also M3 550 is third quartile class is 45 to 50. M3 is cumulative frequency up to third quartile class. So by substituting these values, the Q1 is 34 years. Similarly, Q3 is L3 plus 3 into n by 4 minus m3 by f3 into c. For third quartile, 45 is the lower limit of third quartile class, and 550 is the M3, F3 is 120. So this is 47 years. By substituting these Q1 and Q3 values in quartile deviation formula, Q3 minus Q1 by 2 is equal to 47 minus 34 by 2 is equal to 6.5, and coefficient of quartile deviation is 47 minus 34 by 47 plus 34 is equal to 13 by 81 is equal to 0.61. Let us discuss the merits and demerits of quartile deviation. It is simple to understand and easy to calculate. It is not affected by extreme values. It can be calculated for data with open-end classes, and there are some demerits also. It is not based on all items. It is based on two positional values, first and third quartiles, and it ignores the remaining 50% of the values. It is not amenable to further mathematical treatment. It is affected by sampling fluctuations also. Let us conclude our lecture. From this lecture, we have introduced the concept of dispersion, distance measures, absolute, relative measures of dispersion. We have discussed the definition and calculation of range and quartile deviation, examples of calculating these two measures of dispersion.